What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Dylan the Villain, and we're back once again with some Total Extreme Wrestling 2020. It's Monday, week 2 of June 1997. You know what it's time for. We're at Grand Rapids, Michigan, in front of a sold-out 15,000 strong. We open up our pre-show match, and Grandmaster Sexy defeats the Brooklyn Brawler in 8:25 by pinfall with a top rope leg drop. Sadly, Grandmaster Sexay sustained a performant eardrum. I don't know what that is. Grandmaster Sexy with a 51 and Brooklyn Brawler with a 25. Match got a 36. I was trying to get Grandmaster Sexy get him a little bit momentum on the side. I got some big plans for Grandmaster Sexy. Hopefully, this injury does not put him on the shelf for a long time. I had some big plans for Grandmaster Sexy. But if he is injured, then we can probably repackage Grandmaster Sexy and move forward. But I had some big plans for Grandmaster Sexy and Scotty 2 Hotty. Too Cool being one of my favorite tag teams in the Attitude Era. I mean, who did not like Too Cool? I mean, come on. You think you're too cool to like Too Cool? Get over yourself. But we're going to move on to the next segment. Thank you, Gerald Briscoe. Thank you, man. How do you say that? Perforated eardrum? Perforated eardrum. Huh, okay. Brooklyn Brawler got some backstage heat as he injured. He felt like he was to blame for hurting Grandmaster Sexy. So that's not good. And in a match with a 54 and a terrible match, with a match that had terrible wrestling and non-existent crowd heat, Mike Awesome defeats main card stay Al Snow in 8-11 by pinfall with a awesome bomb. Match got a 54. Mike Awesome outranking Al Snow with a 54. Al Snow with a 47. Announcing quality gave the match a boost, and Mike Awesome benefited from having a hot new move. We are going to move forward with Monday Night Raw. As y'all seen from Shotgun Saturday Night, tonight will be Vince McMahon will announce the final person of the King of the Ring. And let's see who that person is. We open up the show with an absolute banger of 100. We see Vince McMahon in the ring. His theme music hits, no chance in hell. He comes to the ring. He has a mic in hand, and he goes, "Ladies and gentlemen, this year's King of the Ring is guaranteed to go down as one of the best King of the Rings in the World Wrestling Federation's history. While being at home after the vicious attack from The Undertaker, I have sat at home in my bed recovering from my injuries, and I'm back, and I'm better than ever. But while I was sitting at home, I've noticed a group of men who went forward and showed me the attitude that I'm looking for, the new era here in the World Wrestling Federation. I'm looking for wrestlers who have attitude, wrestlers who are willing to do whatever it takes to bring it to the next level here in the World Wrestling Federation. Men such as our Intercontinental Champion, Triple H, and his rival, The Rock. I've watched their match at the last Bad Blood pay-per-view, and I have to say, that was probably, so far, the best match of the year. And these two men will be got a bye, and they did not have to qualify for the King of the Ring. We also have men like Owen Hart, who is the foundation here of the World Wrestling Federation, a man who's had multiple opportunities but always comes up short. Hopefully, in this tournament, he can win the tournament. and claim his opportunity to become one of the legends, just like his brother Brett, here in the World Wrestling Federation. We also have men like Goldust, who has found a new attitude moving forward and showed that he's going to stop at nothing to become one of the greats. We also have Jeff Jarrett, who defied the odds and beat somebody who I didn't think he was going to beat and qualified for the King of the Ring. And we also have Bob Holly, who left the Job Squad and has been on an undefeated streak and an awesome role to qualify for the King of the Ring also. But that leaves me with the last two men here. For those of y'all tuned in to Sunday Night Heat, y'all have witnessed an absolute tragedy when Grandmaster Sexy was viciously attacked before his match, his qualifying match, against Lance Storm to qualify for the King of the Ring. And that man is none other than Chris Jericho. I personally like Chris Jericho. I think he has a lot of charisma. He has a lot of talent to be one of the top stars here in the World Wrestling Federation moving forward. Now, I cannot agree with the vicious attack that he did on Grandmaster Sexy, but he saw an opportunity and he took it, and that's the attitude that I'm looking for. So, Jericho, you did beat Lance Storm fair and square in the middle of the ring. No shenanigans. So I will let you compete in the King of the Ring. But you might be asking yourself, why, Vince, that's 7 people. Who is the last man to be in the King of the Ring? And that man is none other than this man. And all of a sudden, Kurt Angle's music hits, as y'all see. Kurt Angle right there. Kurt Angle's music hits. He comes to the ring. He's in his jumpsuit with his gold medals around his neck. He's smiling. He's waving to everybody. And he gets in the ring and he goes, this man right here, within the month that he has debuted here in the World Wrestling Federation, he has defeated Owen Hart and proves why he belongs in the main event scene. And I would just like to say, Kurt, you are one hell... And Kurt just takes the microphone and he goes, hello, everybody. Yes, thank you, Vince. Thank you. And Vince kind of looks pissed, that. But Vince, he steps back and he goes, I apologize, Mr. McMahon, but I would like to address the crowd here in Grand Rapids, Michigan. And, the crowd pops and everything. He's like, I just want to say, this is the worst, smelliest city I've ever been in my life. I am disappointed to represent a city like this here in America as your Olympic gold medalist. And the crowd boos, the crowd's like, boo, what the hell? And he's like, I'll make it my mission once I become the king of the World Wrestling Federation to go all across America and rebuild America and make it better than ever. And then, Vince, they hand Vince a microphone. Vince is like, well, thank you, Kurt. He's like, well, thank you, Kurt. I wasn't done talking. Kurt's like, oh, I'm sorry, Mr. McMahon. Go right ahead. He's like, I proved in my short time of why I qualified for the King of the Ring. Vince is like, you're one hell of an athlete. Yes. And he goes, but unfortunately, I cannot compete tonight because my match at the pay-per-view against Owen Hart has put damage on my shoulder that I had banged up before. And Vince is just like, wait a minute, what? You're not even wearing anything. And he's like, my shoulder's pretty messed up. So unfortunately, I cannot compete here tonight in front of these pathetic slobs here in Grand Rapids, Michigan, just like their terrible damn city and just like their football team. And then the crowd, the crowd's just booing him. He's going for cheap heat. And Vince McMahon's like, well, Kurt, I'm glad because on Shotgun Saturday Night, your match is actually going to be on Shotgun Saturday Night. Now, if you interrupt me one more time, I'm going to move your match tonight whether you have an injury or not. Kurt's like, oh, what the hell? He's like, tonight, we will see Intercontinental Champion taking on Bob Holly. And the crowd, oh, yay. The winner will move on to round 2 of the King of the Ring tournament. In our main event tonight, we will see 2 men who have a long, storied rivalry. 2 men who I believe will be the future here in the World Wrestling Federation, just like yourself, Kurt. And those 2 men are The Rock and Chris Jericho. And the crowd just freaking erupts. The crowd's just, oh my God, Rock versus Jericho in the main event tonight. And everything. And Vince says the men were chosen at random. Each man was assigned a number, and the numbers were picked at random. So good luck to all gentlemen involved tonight. And Kurt's like, well, wait a minute. Hold on, Vince. I would like to know my opponent for Shotgun Saturday night. Vince goes, well, since you're here and the fans would like to know, on Shotgun Saturday night, we will have Owen Hart. And his opponent will be... And Kurt Angle's like standing there and he's just like, please don't let it be me. Please don't let it be. And he's like, and Vince goes to point at Kurt Angle, and then he points at the ramp, and it shows a picture of Jeff Jarrett on the TV, on the big screen. He's like, Jeff Jarrett. So that means, Kurt, you'll be going one-on-one with Goldust. And Kurt's like, oh, thank God, yes. He's like, now good luck, gentlemen. Hopefully, luck will be in y'all's favor here in this tournament. I wish all of y'all the best of luck. And remember, the winner of the tournament will have the opportunity to face the World Wrestling Federation World Heavyweight Champion at SummerSlam. And, the crowd pops and everything like that. And we're going to move on to our next segment. And Vince is like, he goes to leave the ring and he's just like, in our next match will be a tag team title match that was previously mentioned on Sunday Night Heat. And we have the return of the Road Warriors, and they'll be facing the Steiners for the WWF, for the World Wrestling Federation World Tag Team titles. And that match is next. And we go to commercial break, and we come back. And it is the Steiners taking on the Road Warriors, Legion of Doom, in a bout that had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. The Legion of Doom, as in the return match, defeat the Steiner brothers in 13:29 when Road Warrior Hawk pinned Rick Steiner with a Doomsday device, a flying lariat. Legion of Doom wins the World Wrestling Federation World Tag Team titles. Scott with a 78, Rick with a 72, Hawk with a 76, and Animal with a 71. Both teams have the tag team specialist bonus and excellent tag team chemistry. And announcing gave the match a boost. The match only got a 69. I kind of need to make this a storyline, and it probably would have did a lot better. After the match, the Road Warriors win the title. They celebrate in the ring, and the Steiners they go in the back, and they get stopped by Michael Cole. And Michael Cole's like, fellas, we were surprised and shocked to see that the Road Warriors have returned here on Monday Night Raw and has defeated. And Scott Steiner just grabs the mic and fucking shoves him out of the way. And he goes, that's some fucking bullshit! That's what it is! It's some goddamn bullshit! It's live TV, ladies and gentlemen. They're trying to beep him out, And Michael Cole's like, I don't think you can. He's like, shut the hell up! You think you can just come back after you're boozing and drinking and smoking the weeds and doing whatever the hell you think you want to do? All the damn drugs that you want. Look at this. Drug free, baby. Mwah. Nothing. You gotta use performance enhancing drug. This right here. This is all natural. You didn't beat me. You didn't beat my brother Rick. You think you're the best tag team in the world? Well, let's put up or shut up. I want your ass in the ring on Shotgun Sunday Night Heat. I don't give a shit. I want my match against you, and I want my damn titles back. You think you can surprise me? You think you're the best tag team in the world? Well, that's just horse shit. It's Rick knows it. I know it. Vince McMahon knows it. Everybody in the arena knows. The Grand Match in Michigan, my whole state. And it's some horse shit that I'll lose in front of my hometown. And the fans are cheering and everything like that. And he's like, shut the hell up. He goes, I don't care when or where, but I want y'all's asses again. I want your fat asses again. And I'm going to lay you out in the middle of the ring, and that ass is going to be mine. I'm going to destroy your ass, and I'm going to make your ass, and I'm going to give your ass a pounding that you're never going to forget. And he throws down the microphone, and he walks off. Scott Steiner is pissed the fuck off that he lost his World Wrestling Federation World Tag Team title match. I'm going to have to get me a sip of water after that. The Scott Steiner tears my throat up. And Michael Cole is just in shock that, they had security. They trying to grab the mic from Scott, and Scott's just pushing people out of the way while cutting his promo. We move on to the next segment. Scott Steiner is not happy that he lost his World Wrestling Federation World Tag Team match, and he demands a rematch, whether that be on Sunday Night Heat or Shotgun Saturday Night. We don't know, but we will find out soon enough. We move on to the next segment. Ooh, and it is a Raven promo. And we see Raven. And he's back in the back. He's in some dark corner, in the Hardys. He's sitting down with his hand across his knee, kind of like his picture, and the Hardys are standing over him, with their grungy thing, and he goes, you see, heavy is the head that wears the crown. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I beat Mick Foley at his own game, and where is Mick? Huh? Where's Cactus Jack? Where's your beloved hero? Nowhere. Nowhere to be found. He tucked his tail between his legs, and he ran, crying, all the way home. I came to the World Wrestling Federation to take back what was mine, and now that I have what is mine, I suddenly realized that my mission here is not finished. I see that Vince McMahon and Shane McMahon are battling it out, and they're going above and beyond to try to sign the best talent from all over the world. But yet here I am sitting here, a free agent who's not only beat one of their top stars, but humiliated him in his own game, his own mind game. So, what will I have to do? What's next for me? Yes, I've beat the King of Hardcore, Mick Foley, Cactus Jack, Do Love, Mankind, whatever the hell he wants to call himself. But hardcore wrestling is still here. It's still among us. It's still to the east in Pennsylvania with those stupid, barbaric, bloodthirsty fans who chant, "He's hardcore, he's hardcore." No, he's not. He's an idiot. He's a moron. Because he wants to stand there and let his opponent hit him in the head with a steel chair, give himself concussions. Hardcore wrestling is a joke. Putting your body on the line just so some stupid kid in the audience can chant your name is just stupid. I've taught the Hardys that. And the Hardys took a liking. They're in the nest. They're in my flock. But hardcore is still among us. Hardcore is still thriving here in the World Wrestling Federation. Wrestlers who want nothing more than to grab their opponent and wrap them in barbed wire, or hit them in the head with a steel chair, or grab a chair and fly across the ring and kick it in somebody's face. I see that one of my old colleagues is now here with me in the World Wrestling Federation, who's been signed and picked up, but yet Raven sits here as a free agent, unsigned. So I'm going to keep finding people who claim, who glorify hardcore wrestling, and I'm going to put an end to it. And I was sitting here and I'm thinking, well, who else is there? And then it dawned on me. Terry Funk. You think you got away scot-free? You think you can just hide in the shadows and be a little agent backstage? I see you walking around backstage, Terry, with your little fanny pack and your hat on. I noticed how these fans cheered for you in Japan and cheered for you over in extremely crappy wrestling. And how you would do anything. Yeah, you beat me. You beat me for the World Championship before. But Terry, I have the crown upon my head now. And like a good king would always do, is he would take out his rivals and seize their kingdoms as well. Terry, sleep with one eye open and grip your pillow tight, because Raven is coming for you, and you don't know when and you don't know where. I hope that I sit here. I hope that you can't stop thinking about me and I'm in your head. I'm coming for you. Don't know when, you don't know where, but I'm coming to put an end to your kingdom. Quote the Raven, nevermore. And we move on. We go to commercial and we come back and we have Rob Van Dam taking on Mark Marrow in a good match. Rob Van Dam, who Raven just mentioned, a former ECW talent that we have picked up and signed, that Jim Cornette has found and talked Vince McMahon into signing here in the World Wrestling Federation. He is now here in the WWF, the World Wrestling Federation, and Rob Van Dam defeats the new, reinvented MMA, Mark Marrow. He's been training with Dan the Beast Severn in MMA training, but it looks like Mark Marrow is once again picking up the loss as he is defeated by RVD in 13:06 by pinfall with a 5-star frog splash. Jim Cornette at ringside with Mr. Monday Night Rob Van Dam. Mark Marrow with a 73 and Rob Van Dam with an 85. He is super freaking over up north. Super freaking over. He was probably the most over guy in ECW. The whole fucking show storyline advances. The match got a 83. Sable did good work at ringside. RVD and Jim Cornette have good chemistry teaming together. And we go. What's this? It seems like Jim Cornette is getting in the ring after Rob Van Dam is celebrating. And he has a microphone. And he goes, "Ladies and gentlemen, once again, Mr. fucking Monday Night, Rob Van Dam." And everybody cheers, you know. Everybody cheers. And he goes, "From my knowledge, Mr. Rob Van Dam is a native here in Michigan." And the crowd cheers again, you know. And he goes, "I kind of agree with what Kurt Angle said. It's nothing but a bunch of ignorant fuckers around here who don't know a wristwatch from a wrist lock. But y'all sure do produce some top talent here in the world. And the crowd's like, like he insulted us and complimented at the same time. But he goes, enough about this shitty goddamn state. Rey Mysterio Jr., you have been ducking and hiding. You haven't been on TV since the damn pay-per-view. I don't know how you're a champion. You never defend your damn title on any of the programs. Not on Monday Night Raw, not on Heat, not even on Shotgun Saturday Night. Rob Van Dam has beaten everybody that here is to beat in the light heavyweight division, and he's moved on to other divisions and beaten heavyweight wrestlers also, like Mark Marrow. Mr. Monday Night, Mr. Pay-Per-View, Shotgun Saturday Night, and Mr. Sunday Night, whatever you want to call him, he is challenging you once again. We're calling you out, Rey Mysterio. But once again, you are not here. Hiding with the light heavyweight championship. What do you got to hide? Nobody can already see your face. Nobody knows who you are, hiding behind your stupid little luchador mask. You want to do your flippy monkey bullshit flips. You don't know what real athleticism looks like, and you're looking at it right here in Rob Van Dam. So you can duck and hide with the light heavyweight championship all you want to, but once again, we're calling you out. And once again, you are not here. So whether you're going to be on Monday Night Raw next week, whether you're going to be on Sunday Night Heat, whether you will be there at Shotgun Saturday Night, we'll find out. And when we do, we will meet face to face. Whether it be backstage in your locker room, whether it be in the middle of the ring, Rob Van Dam wants a shot at your title, and he doesn't want it. He doesn't want it. He doesn't want it a month from now. He doesn't want it 2 months from now. He wants it right there and right now. Whenever we see you, Rey Mysterio, I hope you have your wrestling gear in your bag, and I hope you're ready to rumble, buddy, because we are taking that light heavyweight championship back home with us. Now, my name is Jim Cornette, but you already know who the hell I am. But this man is Rob Van Dam, and that's a name that you sure in the hell are never gonna forget. And he throws the microphone down and he walks out. 94 Jim Cornette, cutting an awesome damn promo, pumping his new client, Rob Van Dam. As we know, his former client, Dwayne Gill, was viciously attacked by Vader. Dwayne Gill is still on the shelf. Dwayne Gill is still hurt. Dwayne Gill, former World Heavyweight Champion here in the World Wrestling Federation. And Jim Cornette, no hard feelings, found a new client, and his new client is on one hell of a roll. Jim Cornette has found one of the best athletes all in the whole damn world with Rob Van Dam, and he has personally recruited him to the World Wrestling Federation. Rob Van Dam has been on a hot streak. They have called Rey Mysterio out for weeks now, and Rey Mysterio is not here, nowhere to be found. He defended his title at the pay-per-view. He has not been here in about 2 weeks. Hopefully, we can get some answers from Rey Mysterio, whether via satellite or whether live here on Sunday Night Heat or Shotgun Saturday Night. Hopefully, we can get a word from Rey Mysterio and see if he accepts that challenge. But knowing the fighting competitor that Rey Mysterio is, I'm pretty sure he will accept that challenge. And we will get that big match of Rob Van Dam versus Rey Mysterio for the World Wrestling Federation Light Heavyweight Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, when and where that match happens, I guarantee it's going to be an absolute show-stealing match. We are going to go on to the next segment. And it is a promo, oh God, 100, from Triple H. And he is stopped backstage before his match against Bob Holly. And Michael Cole goes, Triple H, your match with Bob Holly The winner of that match will move on to the second round of the King of the Ring. Are you worried about your competition at all? And Triple H just looks at him and just fucking laughs at him. Like, am I worried? Am I worried about Bob Holly? Look here. I done told you once. I done told you twice. I done told you so many damn times that it should be ingrained in your damn little skull with your stupid little suit and your stupid little goatee that Triple H is tired of playing co-main event. That it's time for Triple H to be in the main event. Look here tonight. Look what they did once again. Look what Vince did. It should have been me, the Intercontinental Champion, in the main event. But no. Who does he put? Who does he put? He puts The Rock. The what I like to call him, the Croc, because he's a big giant crock of shit who can't do nothing in the ring. And they got Chris Jericho, he's a hoe. A guy that got his ass whooped and was on the shelf for a little while, and then he thinks he can just assert himself in any damn tournament. I proved why I belong in this tournament. You had to go attack somebody just to be in a damn tournament. It's pathetic. And you have that as your main event and not me, your Intercontinental Champion. I done said it many times before. This company is not appreciating me and my abilities. And I'm going to go out there tonight and I'm going to prove that not only will I be the match of the night, but I will be the match of the year. That not only will I beat this pissant Bob Holly, but I'll go on and become the king of the ring. And that crown will be placed upon my head. And I will go on and I will defeat Bret Hart at SummerSlam and win the World Wrestling Federation World Heavyweight Championship. Now get out of my way. And he walks out and Michael Cole's just standing there. Everybody just treats Michael Cole like shit here in this save. You know? Everybody just picks on poor little Michael Cole. We move on to the next segment. And the match got a 77. Not a banger. Triple H pretty much carrying this match to what it needs to be. And of course, he said he was going to beat Bob Holly's ass. Triple H defeats Bob Holly with a pedigree. I mean, come on. If y'all didn't know, if y'all didn't see that coming, then I don't know. I don't know. That match was clear as day of who was going to win that one. Triple H wins. And after the match, I'm pretty sure there's a segment after this match of Triple H. It is not. Okay, so before we go into that, I thought I booked another segment, but I guess I didn't. After the match, we Triple H just gets on Bob Holly, and he's just beating the crap out of him. The referee has to pull him off of him, and Triple H kicks him and everything like that. And he throws Bob Holly out of the ring, and then he leans over the ropes, and he goes, "I'm the king of this ring." And he looks at the hard cam, and he's like, I've already won this tournament. Give me my World Wrestling Federation title shot. He's like, I'm the king of this ring. And then we see Vince and Shane McMahon, who have pretty much been arguing here. Shane's not too happy that Vince is back. Shane was getting kind of drunk with power there, and Vince is back and claimed his power back and pretty much demoted Shane to pretty much just being a person on the show. Shane pretty much has no power except for making matches. Last week we seen that he made a match over Vince's head, and he made a match, and Vince kind of basically vetoed him and everything and everything like that. But we're gonna move on to the segment. The segment got a 92, and we see Vince and Shane, and they're standing there looking at the TV, and Shane's like, "Wow, that Triple H, huh?" And Vince is like, "Yeah, that's what I want. That's what I want to see." that attitude. Yeah, I need somebody like that. That's the guy. That's the guy who needs to be champion. And all of a sudden, we see Bret Hart walk in, and he's standing there, and he hears Vince say that, and he goes, Vince is like, "Oh, Bret, the champion of champions. How are you doing?" And Bret's just like, I'm good. I'm glad that you're back, Vince. So you think Triple H deserves to be World Wrestling Federation? He's like, oh, can you imagine with your skills and his pure raw attitude that he has, that he's founded inside himself, at the main event of SummerSlam, the Intercontinental Champion versus the World Heavyweight Champion? Oh man, that will be a show stealer and sell tickets. And Bret's like, I would love to go against Triple H, but I don't think he's that good. I think he's a B+ player at best. 4 out of 10. And Vince is like, really? Bret's like, yeah, I give him a 4 out of 10. I've seen better. And Shane kind of stands there and he's looking, and he's just like, damn. And he's like, so why'd y'all call me in here? And he's like, well, we noticed that you really don't have an opponent for the next pay-per-view, which I believe, breaking fourth wall here, I believe it is Fully Loaded. The Fully Loaded pay-per-view. And Bret's just like, well, I beat all the top competition there is to beat, Vince. I mean, I beat Austin. I beat The Undertaker. I mean, that's 2 of the top guys here in this company. And I mean, if I beat them 2, who else? Everybody is pretty much beneath them. Vince is like, well, I agree with that. But there is one man who I recently had a phone call with, who says he's never lost his World Wrestling Federation title. And Shane kind of turns and looks, and he's just like, wait, what? And Vince is like, that's right. That's who it is. And Shane's like, he's coming back? And Vince is like, oh yeah, that's right. And Bret's laughing, and he goes, well, I think his title reign was kind of a joke anyway. And Vince is like, you think so? Well, he says that he's never lost his World Wrestling Federation title shot, his title, that he was forced to give it up. And the way I see it, I see that he might be the number 1 contender when he does return. And Bret's like, so when's he coming back? Vince is like, oh, I don't know. He said he will definitely be back before Fully Loaded. That he believes he'll be at 100%. And Shane's like, really? Huh. And then all of a sudden Vader and Sid comes in. And Vader's just like, is that right? He's coming back, huh? Are you talking about who I think you're talking about? And Vince is like, oh yeah, he's coming back. And Vader's like rubbing his hands together. He's just like, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Like he's like, oh hell yeah. I can't wait for him to get back. He's like, I got some unfinished business with him. And Sid's just like, yeah. Are we talking? And Sid's like, are we talking about who we like? Are we talking about who I think we're talking about? That one guy? And Vader's like, oh yeah, it's him. I can feel it. And Sid's like, good. And then Shane's like, well, Vince is like, well, what the hell do you 2 want anyway? And he's like, well, Sid's like, well, Shane promised us that we were next in line for a World Wrestling Federation title shot. Vince is like, is that right? Shane promised you this, huh? And they're like, yeah, he told us that if we do his dirty work, that he'll give us one, And I just recently signed a new contract with Shane as his personal bodyguard And in that contract, it says that I get a world title shot. It's right here. And he pulls out the contract and he shows Vince. And Vince is like, when's that so? And Vader's like, well, I want my damn title shot. You know, like, I want my title shot. I was supposed to have a title shot against the former champion before Bret Hart. And I put his ass on the shelf. I destroyed your champion. You keep talking about you want to see attitude. Well, that's more attitude enough. He wants to screw me over. Oh, I can't wait for him to come back. Oh, I can't wait. And Vince is like, well, calm down. Calm down. He's like, well, Shane got himself in a dilemma. We don't have a number one contender because we don't know when the champion is going to return. He said he's going to return soon, but we don't know. So I'll tell you what. Why don't I put Sid, who used to be a champion, versus Vader tonight, and whoever wins will become the number one contender. And they both look at each other, and Shane's just like, why are you putting my two people against each other? That would be like if I put your bodyguard, the Big Show, against, I don't know, Steve Austin. And Vince kind of gives him a crooked look, and he's just like, but didn't you do that? Didn't you do that? And Shane's just like, oh, yeah, I did. And he's like, fair enough. He's like, y'all want an opportunity? I'm going to give y'all an opportunity tonight. He's like, Brett, what do you think? He's just like, I don't care. He's like, I definitely know I can beat you. And he points at Sid, and Sid kind of gets all mad. And he's just like, and as for you, I don't think you can even keep up with me in the ring. And he cocks the belt on his shoulder, and he just walks out. He's like, good luck to y'all, gentlemen. And he walks out of the ring. He walks out of the office, and Sid and Vader just stare at each other. Sid and Vader tonight, the winner will become the number one contender for the World Wrestling Federation title. They will get a title shot at the next pay-per-view. But the big news, a former champion, the former champion who never lost and vacated his title, had a phone call with Vince and said he's ready to come back. And when he comes back, they don't know, but he is coming back. And I'm more than happy and more than excited to have him return from his injuries. We're going to move on to the next segment. I'm not going to hype it up anymore, but I am so ready for the return of our former World Heavyweight Champion who had to vacate and never lost his title. I am super excited for him to return. That was one of my favorite people to book. Go back and watch the previous episodes. I'm pretty sure you already know. I think I talked about it in this episode. So, go back, watch the previous episodes, because he's coming back, and he wants his main event title. He wants the World Wrestling Federation title that he's never lost back. We're going to move on to the next segment. I'm done hyping his return. And in this match shit the bed. This match fucking sucked. And an exceptional match. They got a 78. This match fucking sucked. Vader and Sid drew in 7:45 by double disqualification, when during the match we saw the Big Show run in and beat the living shit out of Sid and Vader at the same time. Psycho Sid with a 92, not bad, and Vader with a 85. The match suffered for not having selling going on. I was supposed to put a storyline associated with it. I'm pretty sure that's why it did bad. But Big Show comes out, and he just beats with his bare hands, he just beats the living shit out of both these men. And as we know, Big Show has personal beef with Shane McMahon, and he's also Vince McMahon's personal bodyguard. But when Vince was away, Shane McMahon pretty much manipulated Big Show into doing his dirty work. And Big Show is owed a World Wrestling Federation heavyweight title shot, also along with Sid and along with Vader, that Shane has promised all these guys title shots, but never gave it to them. And the Big Show, he beats the shit out of him. Like I was saying, I didn't know if I booked this segment. And you see Shane McMahon, it cuts, and Big Show looks right at the monitor, and he goes, nobody is getting a shot before me. Nobody. And you see, and then it cuts back to like Shane McMahon's like in the back watching it on TV. You know, Vince is not in his office and everything, and Shane's in the office and he's looking at the TV and he's just shaking his head, and he puts his hand in his head, you know, and then he slams his head on the desk and he's like, crap. You know, he's getting angry and everything like that. The bad attitude storyline advances. Shane McMahon did great, and he's getting better at his gimmick, so that's good. And I'm pretty sure we have a pre-match promo. No, we go on to the main event. There were times when there was definite lack of psychology on display, and the match tended to drift. I wonder who was that. I'm pretty sure, I thought I booked a promo here before the match. Jericho was supposed to give a promo. In an exceptional match, The Rock defeats Jericho clean, 1, 2, 3 with a rock bottom. The Rock with a 97, Jericho with a 91. Three's Company storyline advances. The match got a 92. Good job for a main event. I don't know who Psychology. I don't know. I don't know who Psychology would be low. Probably The Rock. Which, that's hard to believe. He's super fucking over. 92. We move on to the next segment. That threw me off. I don't know who that would be. I'm gonna look at their stats after everything and see who it might have been. We move on to the next segment, and we see Triple H, and he's looking at the monitor, and oh my god, you know, like Triple H and The Rock. Round 2, it's going to be Triple H versus The Rock. Round 2, the winner moving to the finals. Oh my god. Triple H is looking at the monitor, and he goes, like he's shaking his head, you know, he's shaking his head, yeah. He has the Intercontinental Championship on his shoulder, and he's shaking his head, yes. And he's just like, oh, I'm going to beat you this time. I'm going to beat you this time. And we finished the show. His personal rival. The rivalry between these three men have grown to extraordinary heights. Jericho he just cannot beat The Rock, and The Rock just cannot beat Triple H. They have drew many times. The Rock's come close, but he's never picked up the pinfall over Triple H. And we're going to go ahead and finish the show. The show got a 94. Not bad at all. It would have gained us pop in Canada, but because of our TV deal, we are restricted, and it gained us popularity in 33 regions. We're going to go ahead and finish the show. Billy Silverman. He works for me as a referee. He's one of my top referees. But anyway, guys, that has been this episode of Monday Night Raw, TEW, WWF 97. That has been this episode. Let's check on everything here. Grandmaster Sexy is injured. Grandmaster Sexy is reported to stay in a eardrum while Wrestling Lifeline is expected that he can work through the pain. That's good. And not miss any dates. The injury is likely to take a few weeks to fully heal. So, we might just give him some promo time. Jim Duggan wins the WCW Television Championship. We're going to take a look at WCW like we always do. Chris Champion. Alright. Well, who the fuck is that guy? Anyway. Let's take a look. They got a 75. In their main event, they had Randy Savage and Lex Luger defeat Harlem Heat. We had Dean Malenko defeat by DQ in a match for the WCW United States title. That match got a 90. Wow-wee. Beep. In-ring performance of a 92, and Dean Malenko with a 73. They're trying to get Dean Malenko over here. Jim Duggan defeats Steven Regal to win the WCW television title. DDP defeats Buck Bagwell in a dog collar match. Scott Hall defeats Roadblock. Ric Flair defeats this guy. Promo. Steve McMichael and the Raging Bulls defeat Brad Armstrong and the Nasty Boys by DQ. And then in the pre-show, we have Hugh Morris and Mike and us defeat Chavo Guerrero Jr. and Scotty Riggs. Not bad, man. That is one hell of a banger of the match. I want to know how it got a fucking 90. Damn, that was one hell of a match right there. I'm pretty sure it's DDP. Yeah, DDP definitely carried that match. Definitely carried that match. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Yeah, that's been this episode, guys. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for liking. For those of y'all who do watch and like it, thank y'all. I highly appreciate that. Leave a comment down below if you're enjoying it, or any ideas for storylines, wrestlers that you would like to see pushed, and any ideas. Any ideas y'all want to see, let me know, and I'll make a story out of it and book it. Just let me know. I'm more than happy to talk back with people. It may take me a while, but I'm more than happy to talk back with people and respond on videos. Thank y'all, everybody who watches. I highly appreciate it. I love each and every one of y'all who do watch it. And I highly appreciate every single one of y'all who do watch it. Thank y'all for liking. For those of y'all who stumbled upon this video and like what you watched and want to go back and watch previous episodes, the playlist will be right about here over the last night results. And if you want to do us a huge favor and hit that subscribe button right there, the subscribe button to the channel will be right here. Go ahead and hit that right there if you want to subscribe. Thank y'all. It is your boy Jellin the Villain. And like me and Sky Woots, I always say, if you can't play with each other, then do what I'm doing now and play with yourself. Later.